So we're taking on... I've just woken up. Roll the intro. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the NK Maribor save. I have literally just woken up and I've come on to record a video straight away, but we've moved on ever so slightly. We have played Victor Pilsner in the first leg. You can see it in the top right of the screen, and it's not gone too badly. The only reason I've progressed it on a little bit is because it's actually deadline day on the same day that we play Victor Pilsner in the second leg in the Europa League playoff. We played the first game away from home and lost 3-2, a very, very close game. We'll go in and check the highlights out so that you can see it. I know I did say I'd do both games, but the league has started as well and I wanted to progress it a little bit more. But you see, it was pretty close. 16 shots for them, 11 for us, only 3 on target for us. We scored 2 of them, 8 on target for them where they scored 3. We fouled them a little bit more. They had one more corner. We completed a good amount of passes, but possession-wise, they dominated the possession. We played a bit of a counter-attacking system. But if we look at the goals, so can we just do play highlights? They used to be watch goals. There we go. So you'll see as we progress on, as we go, they lined up in a 4-1-2-2-1, and their striker Mir Hilik was annoyingly good. So the first goal for them came from Busher putting it into Mir Hilik, and he just fired it from close range past Pidic in goal. Mir Hilik then laid it off to the left winger Kopic. Kopic got round his man, put it in, Mir Hilik with a header, and he made it 2-0. But then we got back into it with Luka Zahovic scoring a wonderful little goal, to be honest. Villa put the ball through. Matko was there. It was blocked Zahovic from close range, and he fired it in. I said a good little goal, but I'm, biased with Luka Zahovic. It was then 3-1. Butcher into Reznik. In it went in the middle, and Kopic lost his man and fired it past Pidic. Zahovic picked the ball up, squared it into... I can't remember who that was. Mir Hilik with a wonderful shot from range really gave us a chance to make it 3-2, and we're going to be inviting them back to Slovenia for the second leg. We followed that up with a 0-0 draw against Mura in the league, which was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. I think we really have struggled with not having a pre-season, like a proper pre-season, because we're still doing some physical work while doing some tactical work in training as well, and I think that has affected. So I'm expecting us to start pretty slowly in the league, because it's the Europa League and the Champions Leagues where we had to get our performances out, and I feel like the early games in the Champions League were quite good because we had fresh legs, there was no panic, there was no worry and things like that. But coming into these ones where we drew 0-0 with Mold, then lost 7-2, and now we've lost to Victor Pilsner, I feel like this is where the lack of pre-season is starting to really affect us. But we have made some transfers, so let's go through them. We'll go through them now. Some of them are a little bit strange. On the ins, we have brought in Gerard. Well, I say we. We've made 4 more signings. 3 of them were done by my director of football, or head of youth development. He's brought in 3 young players, all from Spain, I think. Gerard Gomez has joined as an 18-year-old centre-back or left-back, and he's in the under-19s, and he's probably not going to progress very well. He's got good jumping reach, he's got decent determination, good heading, decent marking, good tackling for an 18-year-old. He joined from Espanyol B, where he played 1 game and didn't do very well. I think what's happened is where I've loaned out quite a lot of players in the under-19s, he's basically gone out and said, we don't have enough players to really fulfill the fixtures, so let's bring them in. So Gerard Gomez was the first one from Espanyol who joined. Marcos de Loma, another Spaniard, 18 years old, centre forward, so good heading. He's 5'8", finishing 9, composure 10. Not the best, to be honest. Penetration isn't brilliant, but he's quick, so he may get a couple of goals in the under-19s. He joins from Atletico Madrid B, or Atletico Madrid youth system, and he's been picked up by the director of football or head of youth development. I'll have to figure out who's doing these, because not all of them are great. This is probably the best one he's picked up. Rafael Obrador, 17 years old, he's 3.5 star potential, so he could grow quite a lot. Left back, tackling, marking, passing, crossing's a bit poor, physicals are getting there, but we may be able to get a bit of money back in by loans and stuff for these players later on, but I'm not expecting huge things. He's come from Real Madrid's B team, Castilla, and he never played for them, so yeah, it's a bit opportunistic maybe from our head of youth development or director of football, but he's brought them in. And then finally, we've brought in an ex-Man United player. Joel Pereira joins in goal. So I did this one. He was on a free transfer. The scouts found him. He wouldn't move to us earlier on, and now the season has started. He obviously wants a club. He's on £2,500 a week, which is quite a lot. It's the highest we can offer someone to join and be like money-wise beyond. But yeah, he comes with pretty good pedigree, to be honest. Man United for a good number of seasons, loan spells all over the place. As part of it was Huddersfield's first choice goalkeeper on loan in the Championship last year, playing reasonably well on a 6.7. He will be backup, and he's happy to be a backup, which I'm quite pleased with. But yeah, he's good. He's very good. He's better than he's better than Yug. He's better than our backup in Yug. So if we compare him to Pidic, who is our first choice goalkeeper, so Pidic is better at shot stopping. Joel Pereira is much more eccentric, which, take that as you will, but he's also better speed, so he's a bit better as a sweeper keeper. Communication-wise, mental-wise, physical, they're the same. Distribution, the same. Aerial, the same. So it's fair that he's agreed to be a backup. He is taller. He is taller than Pidic, and I think he'll get some games. I think he'll do pretty well. I think as a backup, and him agreeing to be a backup was a large part of the move going through, and I was very happy with that. In terms of outs, Brazilian Pedro Bicalho, who we bought in, 20 years old, he joined on a free transfer from Cruzeiro, who's gone to Mura on loan, so hopefully he'll get a lot of game time there and improve. And then it's just general loan. Zan Kolomec has gone out on loan, but I think we already knew that one. And Filipe Brecalo has gone to Alumgi. We haven't sold anyone. We're just getting quite a lot of loan fees, which I'm happy about, to be honest. I'm happy. I don't think we really need to sell anybody. So Tamala Zvetlin, who has joined, thank you in the comments for letting me know that he is more of a central midfielder at the moment. We are training him to learn this inverted winger role a bit more on the wing. So he's played once, got a 6.4, not the best. Hoping that he can improve his performances as we go, to be honest. But we do have the second leg against Victor Pilsner coming up. We've got the press conference, so I thought we'd do this one all together. So start the press conference. Will you look to attack? Well, I feel like we have to. I think we have to attack. We're a goal down. With the second leg approaching, your side of the advantage of away goals from the first leg. With this in mind, are you confident of getting the result you need? If we play our game and if everyone does their jobs, then we should win. Can you tell us why Blasvik will be... Can you tell us whether Blasvik will be available against Victoria Pilsner following injury? I'm not going to discuss that right now. The supporters have responded well to consistency in giving opportunity to your youngsters. Is that something we can expect to see more of? I certainly hope so. We want to strike the balance. How important will Rudig Pozeg Vankas be for your approach against Victor Pilsner when you consider his standout qualities? He's well suited to this type of fixture. It'd be a surprise if he wasn't involved throughout. I think that's a fair thing to say because he's the best player at the club. It went just fine. Everybody's got, we've got a few people with great respect. So Slovenian Football Express is very, very happy with us as a manager, which is good. We're building up the reputation, building up the style and the platform to do it, which is great. We are going to take an attacking mentality, as Brahima Utada is very happy with that knowledge. But yes, so tactics-wise, we've made a few little changes. We've still got our Maribor win formation, the 4-2-3-1 with the Mazzala and the playmakers, where we try and get the ball forward and into space. We've got the go for goal, the 4-2-4 formation, where we play where we desperately need a goal. So I could start with that and try and go on the attack. But it leaves us very, very open. And then we've got the counter-attacking formation as well, which we probably won't be using. We'll probably start with this one today and try and get our best players on the pitch and then change to that if we need a goal, and we can change to this if we get the goal we need and then go ahead on away goals. So, yeah, it's very interesting to see how it's going to play out, to be honest. So our conquerors, Mold, have gone out to Dynamo Zagreb. Mold actually won the first leg 1-0, but lost 2-0 in Zagreb against Dynamo Zagreb. So Mold crash out. Do they go into the Europa League getting that far? I can't remember. I'm not sure. We just need to... we need to win this game. We're going to take part in the deadline day. Our scouts are very busy. If you look at everybody, players, and then go scouted so that we're not cheating using a player search, you can see here lots of players are now being added to this list, which is absolutely fantastic because we need our scouts to work very, very hard. Noel Bilic is at top of the recommendation list. And for an 18-year-old, yeah, he looks pretty damn good, to be honest. We'll keep an eye on him for sure. But we need to go and pick the team. We're getting into it. Let's just quickly say, look, we work with skilled people behind behind the backroom staff, and that's what we're going to do with. And, maybe... Oh, hello, we've got a loan offer here. Seljan made over for Spido Pidisic, 40% of his wages. Now, he is in the first team, but because we've signed Stojanovic, he isn't really in and around the first team anymore. I've put him on the loan list, so we'll probably accept that. Let's see if we can eke a little bit more money out of them. Okay, they've offered us a little bit more on the non-playing wage, which is fine. We're not interested in that guy. Nino Zuglic could be leaving Ludgevert. He's 21 years old. He's in the... Well, yeah, he could do. Yeah. Why not? I mean, he's too old to play in the under-19, so... yeah, we might see him leave. Why not? Yeah, Pedisic can go. That's fine. We might as well offer you out because you're not going to be in our first team. No chance. Let's get you out on loan. You may be in the first team in the future, so let's just see if anyone bites for 100% of that loan. As Pilic goes... They say they're not willing to make an offer, although they want him on loan. That is just bizarre. Why would you not then make an offer of something? Let's go 50%. We'll pay half of his wages for you. We'll pay half his wages. They still say no. Okay, not a problem. Right. I'm a bit concerned about this game against Victor Pilsner. I think it's going to be very, very tough. But it's one game away. Technically, we're one goal away from the Europa League. So... I just don't know. It's very tough. Do you plan to loan Rock Malahau? No, he's going to stay at the club. He's going to be best developed in the club at the moment. He'll be getting a few game times in the league, potentially up against Alumja, because there's only 2 days rest, or 2 days in between our next league game. So, yeah, we'll have to see it out. Low move unlikely. We've only got 5 hours left. Well, we haven't. I'm not going to discuss the club's finances. Get out of my room. Get off my phone. What are you doing in here? So, scouted players. Then we do have a fair bit of money. No, we don't. We've got 7.83k. I've spent loads of it. I've spent absolutely loads of it. But yeah, see, you're non-EU. That's the problem. We can't really afford to get any more non-EU players in. So nationality is EU national. Because we've got in Mayor at left back, we've got in Guisen, we've got Utado, and we've got Pidic in goal, who are all non-EU. So, yeah, that's 4, and we can only pick 3 of them at once in the league. So we do have to be a little bit careful about this. Who are you, and why are you transfer listed for 250k? Very highly recommended for us. Good pace, good acceleration, finishing composure. Only 19. Who are you wanted by? Domzale, end of... Oh, your contract is a weird one. Yeah, okay. Why not? We'll take a punt on you as a 19-year-old. Breakthrough prospect, yep. Compensation 325k? No. Walk away from that then. We'll let that go a little bit longer so we don't have... Hopefully he'll just go on a free and then we'll have to... This is a guy I was interested in. Francisco Ciralta from Watford. We can't afford him now, but he's definitely going to be stuck on our shortlist, I think. Yeah. And he looks like he's the sort of player that in the Slovenian league would sort of rip it up and be really, really good. Aha! This guy has now been released on a free from Domzale. He was their top goal scorer, I think, last year. I'm just thinking as a backup striker, because striker-wise, we've got Marosa, Zahovic and Budonori. Matko's playing on the wing. So we've got 3 strikers. If this guy's happy to be a backup, I might bring him in, because I think, fringe and squad. I'm happy with that. 5k, sod off. So our wages are restricted by... a wage structure, which is why we can never offer anyone more than 2.5k a week. We can probably increase it a little bit to that. We'll take this off and go with that. No, we can't go higher, mate. I'm really sorry. We are limited by our board. See, yeah, he still doesn't want to move to us. By our board to say what's going on. So it's been a rather quiet deadline day. I don't think there's no reason for change in most clubs at this stage yet. I think everybody's pretty happy with the clubs they have. So this is why I wanted to just do this one game this episode, because deadline day is going to be quite a manic thing. Lots of people in the press coming towards us. So, he's brilliant. We're delighted to have him here, Luka Zahovic. He's absolutely superb. And as soon as our budgets get confirmed for next year at the end of this one, the bid will be going in to bring him in on a permanent deal. And then LZ90 will be forever at the club until he plays really well where someone wants to buy him. Zan Zalatel is someone I was interested in at the beginning of the window, but I'm going to say there's nothing there at the moment. We're not talking about transfers on deadline day. Why would you do that? Why would you talk about transfers on deadline day? Are you mad? So transfer deadline day passes. The roundup is done. So we have the 3 biggest deals, which is Svetlin, or 3 biggest reputation deals, I guess. Nguisen, Svetlin and Stojanovic all join. We're the biggest spenders and the most active in bringing players in. So we are sort of dominating the headlines in Slovenia when it comes to transfer deadline day, which I guess is a good thing, and I'm happy with that. But let's get in to the game against Viktor Pilsner. So I'm going to pick the team. We're going to go for... Well, we need a goal. We need a goal. We're at home. I think we line up like this. I think we line up with a 4-2-3-1 to start. I could drop it down a positive just so that we don't go completely all out. This mentality is best employed for matches in which you believe you are the stronger team but aware of your opponent's counter-attacking threat. It aims to move the ball around the park to patiently probe the final third to find space and when it opens up. Although fullbacks overlap and midfielders break ahead of forwards, they'll generally do so during relatively risk-free situations and will usually sit back, help the field maintain possession until... I think we'll go with that. Do you know what? I've never read them before. Never read those descriptions before. Quite useful, it turns out. So Joel Pereira isn't registered, so he can't play, but we've got quite a big squad developing now, so I think we'll look to trim it a bit in January. But I'll pick the team and then we'll come back to go through it. Okay, so this is what we've gone with. Pilic in goal, Milek, Mitrovic, Martinovic and Sturm at the back, Nguisen and Delifasic in the middle, Matko, Utada and Pozeg Vankas across the midfield, and Zahovic obviously starts up front. On the bench we've gone for Jug, Stojanovic, Vahovec, Brunori, Fila, Svetlin and Mayer as well. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. It's the first time I think we're seeing Nguisen and Utada in the team. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And Nguisen I've picked over Vahovec and Fila. Repas completely misses out. Morosa misses out as well. I've gone attacking. I've got good players on the bench. I've got players that allow us to change things on the bench as well. Should be very, very interesting. So 3 players lack tactical familiarity, which is Mayer, Jug and Brunori. They're all on the bench. That's not a problem. But these players are all delighted. So let's get out there. We need, if we get 1 goal and then shut up shop, that I'm happy. I am happy with that. So we know Mihilek is a danger man. We're going to tightly mark him. Other than that, it's pretty much unchanged from then. Kopic had a good game last time as well. So let's get into the dressing rooms. Right. I know, get avenged. I mean, we were talked about of being at very similar levels, us and Viktor Pilsner. So we'll have to try and see what happens. Right, opposition instructions then. So Mihilek says he's their top goal scorer. Tightly mark him and try and show him onto his weaker foot. Kopic, I guess we always go and press and we'll tackle him hard because he's on the wing. And Thomas Horava is a joint top assister as well. Okay, so let's go and press him and try and make him pass the ball quickly. See, they're 3.5-star rep. We're 3-star rep. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. But here we go. We're going into the game, lying like that, into the tunnel. Can Kerenovic take recent good form into this match? He certainly gives me every reason to think he can keep it going. Does it help your chance that Pavel Bucha is out today? He's injured. Yeah, go on. But they've got quality in there. It helps, sure, but I don't think we can become complacent. I'm not going to focus on individuals quite so much. Yeah, it's a big crowd. We don't normally have this many people in. They're here to give their support to Maribor. Come on, just 1 goal. That's all we need. 1 measly little goal off the butt, off their head, off the chest, off an arm. I'll take it off an arm and given. I'll take it. So 10 minutes gone, 1 shot each, and we're in here in Greece. Oh, it's cleared away, and I am worried that they're going to hit us on the counter-attack. Kopic comes forward. He's just gone all the way round. Everybody shoots from range and past the post. It is a packed crowd. We haven't had a crowd visually this big for a long, long time. Martinovic. We are back to the short passing, trying to dominate a bit of possession, but also not afraid to dink it in behind if Zahovic makes the runs. Delifasic, Sturm, Brahima Utada, Delifasic back to Utada, and Nguisen, the 2 boys from the Ivory Coast linking up together. That's a terrible pass, Nguisen. Limberski on the ball up to Kopic, and watch this run. Watch this run here from their striker who's deadly. Horava, Limberski, win it back. Go on, nick the ball. Hejda up against Nguisen. Up it goes towards Mihilek. Knocks it down to Kopic. Over the ball. Kayamba's in, and Pilic can't keep it out. Joel Ngandu Kayamba gets the goal for Viktor Pilsner. We'll have to go attacking. We're going to have to go attacking and try and make something happen here as Hayeda put the ball in, and he wasn't really being tightly marked, was he? According to what we've said, mark him tightly. Up to Kayamba. Kayamba fires it under Pilic. 1-0 Victor Pilsner. Really irritating that. So half an hour gone. Victor Pilsner really are starting to turn the screw in this game. We need a goal, and I'm going to try and get it before half time. So we're going up to the 4-2-4, pushing Utada through the middle with Zahovic. Let's see if it makes a difference. We just need to see chances being created. That's what we need. Pilic has a free kick into Sturm on the left, up to Pozeg Vankas, who's been incredibly quiet at the start of this season. Sturm on the overlap. Is tackled, but will pick up the loose ball. Resnick, it can't get back to him. Zahovic can't win the header. It's cleared away. And Greason into Milek. Milek over the top. Brahima can't get there. It's flipped back to the keeper, and Savic picks it up. And of course, if they score again, that just wipes out our 2 away goals, and it looks like they might. Kopic is in, and he misses the target. Bloody hell. Pilic with a goal kick again, up to Sturm on the left. Sturm right-footed up towards Utada, but Matko will pick up the loose ball into Greason. Back to Mitrovic. Mitrovic goes long. Zahovic can't get on the end of it, and that's the problem with this. This formation makes us so attacking with long balls that we do give possession away quite a lot. Kopic into Horava. In it goes. Mihilek's there, and he's got another one, and that's our away goals wiped out, and it's 5-2 on aggregate. Ugh. We're going to have a rethink at half-time. He's a good little striker. Odrenj Mihilek. Kopic is into Horava. Lovely ball split in the defence. First time finish. And we're just maybe not cut out for Europe just yet. Maybe it's not just yet. Mihilek is a pressing forward. Kasser puts it in. It's headed away. I thought it was going to be a header on goal. Pozeg Vankas will actually pick this one up and can run down the wing. Pozeg Vankas dinks it into, but Himotara flicks it onto Matko, who's in good form, and fires it in for a goal. So it's 2-1 on the day, 5-3 on aggregate. His first goal of the season. A good little counter-attack from their corner. Pozeg Vankas did some good work. Utada actually with a wonderful flick when he was picked out here. Just knocks it through the defence. Matko did really well on goal. Keeper fell to his knees, didn't have a chance. 2-1 just before half-time. Now I'm like, do we stick with the 4-2-4 because we've scored, but we're so open at the back? I don't know. We're going to have a think. Kopic comes forward with the ball. Maybe putting someone at holding midfield might help us out to try and cut out those balls. Kayamba into the box. I just think this 4-2-4 leaves us so open. Oh, it's 6-3. It's like mould all over again. Kopic with a wonderful finish. Let's be honest, it's an instant reply. And Kayamba, I think they're just a step above, and it's really irritating. Oh, it's a great finish. Sod off. Again, another highlight straight from kickoff. This is the 4-2-4 for you. You'll score goals, you'll also concede them. It's Dulusic out to Matko, who's got our goal over. It goes through the top, a very dramatic dive from Savacek in goal for Victor Pilsner. And he's just going to take his time. He goes long over the top. Good header from Mitrovic. Durivacic back to Martinovic. Sturm out to Pozeg Vankas. Tries to dink it over, and the defenders both get there. Pozeg Vankas picks it up though. Lays it back to Durivacic. Sturm. In it goes, and Brahima's there, and it's 3-2 on the day. It's 6-4 on aggregate. I mean, we're not out of it. This is the problem. Pozeg Vankas picked up this ball on the side into Durivacic. It was a bit of a hopeful little cross. I don't think Sturm was really trying to pick anyone out, and Brahima Tada's movement was good, and he gets his first goal of the season on the half volley. 45 minutes gone. It's 3-2, and this is the thing. We're creating chances, but we're so wide open at the back. It's ridiculous. Kalvac tries to put it into Mihilek, out to Kopic, and this is where we're getting caught. Kopic has time and space. Kalvic into Kasser. He's sort of tackled. Pozeg Vankas picks up the ball. Back to Pilic. Up to Sturm. He's got Pozeg Vankas down the line in front of him. He's picked out by Martinovic. Pozeg Vankas runs forward. Finds Brahima Torre in space. So what a finish from Brahima Torre. It's 3-3 on the day. It's 6-5, but I think it's going to be called back for offside, which is an absolute nightmare because that's one hell of a finish. It is disallowed. Oh, my gloriness is short-lived. Gloriness? That's not a word, but you can see they are. The 4-2-4 is too open. We're not going to win the game by sticking with this formation. So let's get into the dressing room. We are going to point the finger and say, I want to see better in the second half, but we're going to mix this up. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to mess around with the formation. Okay, so this is actually what we're going to do. We've dropped the defensive line back a little bit. We've dropped the engagement line back a little bit. But the 4-2-4 in its entirety was probably working for chances created. So we're actually going to drop the two central midfielders back into more defensive roles and go for this square block. And then the one thing I do want to do is force opposition inside. Try and force them to go through this block. If you've watched the Twitch save with Deportivo, we employed a similar thing there and it worked really well. They couldn't break down this 4 defensive block in here. And Guisen comes off to be replaced by Verhovec as a more defensive midfielder. Other than that, we're going to try and stick with it. 6.5 for Vankas isn't brilliant. 6.5 for Derivasic isn't brilliant. 6.3 for the keeper is terrible. Zahovic not having a good game either. But at the moment, it's Otada who's bailing us out, to be honest. So it's 3-2, second half. We just got to keep creating chances and go for it. We need that attacking output with the 4 players up front, but I'm hoping this gives us a bit more defensive solidarity to actually stop them scoring. So an hour in, the positive side of it is that we are creating a lot more chances by the stats. The negative side of it is that there aren't highlights coming with it. So Zahovic is going to come off and we're going to bring on Budanori for him. And we have 1 sub left and it's going to be an attacking sub. So it's going to, it could be Derivasic. I could do Derivasic for Filler or Svetlin for Vankas. We'll do Svetlin for Vankas. We want him to learn that role out there anyway. But let's see how it goes. So coming up to 70 minutes gone and still nothing. It looks like Victor Pilsner have just shut this formation down now. 71 minutes gone. It's just a ball ache this. It's an absolute ball ache. Right, we've got to do something drastic because we need goals. So we'll push the Derivasic up there. You can go to a playmaker on support. We're going to have to just go for it, I think. So Sturm and Milek up on wing backs on attack. Matko, Svetlin. We're playing attacking. I mean, we've got to go for it. So let's get all of this back on. Go and get stuck in. Go and get the ball back. Tighter marking. Distribute quickly. Let's go to the flanks and get long kicks forward. Pass into space. Direct much higher. I don't think I can really change much about this. So I guess we could try and not shoot too much. And from outside the box and see if that makes a difference to creating better chances. But we go to a 2-3-1-2-2. And, well, the first highlight goes to Victor Pilsner as we've changed this. Kopic has it. He goes back to Kalvic into Kopic again. That's a good interception. Up it goes. And we could have a break on here. But Unori, Svetlin is going forward with it. Svetlin is round his man. Square it. He cuts it back. But Unori shot blocked and it's cleared away. And with about 13 minutes to go, we need to get a goal to give us a chance. But Brahimi Otada puts it in. Svetlin can't get his header there. Verhovec out to Derivasic. Svetlin. Derivasic again. Verhovec. Sturm crosses, blocks, and there could be a counter on here. But 10 minutes to go. We don't need 2 goals, do we? We need 3 goals because they've now got more away goals than what we scored. It's the same scoreline as the first leg. Svetlin. Derivasic. Out to Sturm. Sturm with a cross, a really high cross in. Matko will bring that one down out of the air. Great first touch. Mihilek is there. Otada, you're right in front of goal. Put it in. Someone put it in. Oh my word. Look how many players they've got back in front of the goal. And now it's a 3-on-2 because we've pushed forward to go for the goal. Mihilek, what a tackle that is from Mitrovic. Okay, so a few changes. We're really going for it now. 3 up front. 3 sort of defensive midfield positions, 2 in midfield. Let's go for this and see what we can do. I mean, we've got 10 minutes to score 3 goals. I don't think it's doable, but you never know. You never know. 5 minutes to go. It definitely doesn't look doable now. We've come back into this in the second half so well. I think maybe that it's giving me something to think about in tactics going forward. But there's 1 minute left of injury time as Budanori puts it into Svetlin. Svetlin shoots and it's gone in. And it's 3-3 on the day, which is something I think we can be really proud of. I think we can be really, really proud of that. Tamar Svetlin gets his first goal of the season. But Anori, I mean, it's an entertaining game for the fans, isn't it, who have been here. Svetlin does well, and could have been... Oh, it's taken a slight deflection. But, well, with a minute to go, there's a highlight after the kickoff. Can we get 2 goals in a minute? Man United did it in 99. So, who knows? Kopic goes out to... Fifa puts it in. It's hoofed away by Milek. And, well, Budanori has turned his man. Lays it square. Back to Budanori. Budanori shoots. What a save. But I think he's offside. Oh, that could have given us the win on the day. It's really... I'm trying to figure out what to do with this team. We've got great centre-backs. We've got great centre forwards who should score lots of goals. Our best player is an inverted winger on the left, which I think actually stifles the way I want to play because I just want to get the ball forward and create goal scoring opportunities. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I just don't know what to do with this team. We've got lots of good central midfielders. Maybe a 3-4-3 formation is how we look at going forward in the league. The good thing about Maribor, we're out of the Europa League, but look at this. The XG at the end, we did turn it around. We did create good chances. I think a 3-3 on the day is a great... look at this monstrosity of a formation that we ended with. But, yeah, put in 3 centre-backs in, maybe 3 centre-backs or 3 centre-backs, wing-backs. Can you do a 3-4-3 like that? Maybe that would work. And then when we win, you drop into wingers and just keep one up front. Maybe that's how we play. Let me know down below. I mean, this is the thing with Maribor. We've won the league once. We should win the league again this year because we've just got a very good squad. So I think we can afford to play around with formations a bit. So maybe this will get a little bit wacky in the league. I am going to say, hands on hips. I can't fault any of you. It's just one of those days. I think we played very well. I think the first half set us up. The game is over. Let's just move on. Scored an accurate finish. I'm not going to comment. Look, shake head. I'm not going to comment. Just leave it. It's done. We're out of Europe. But yeah, we got the goal disallowed from Atada just after, what was that, the 70th minute or something like that. It could have been very, very different. So Svetlin scored in the 92nd. Atada got 1. It was an action-packed game. We dominated possession as well. We had more shots. So I think there's a lot we can take from that. I do think there's a lot we can do from that. And it's another year without having... hang on, we're in the Conference League. We're not out of Europe. The European journey continues. We slip into the Conference League, which is actually... we might have a chance of winning. I say that. Monaco, Moscow, Basel. Why are Monaco in it twice? That's interesting. Basel, Moscow, AZ, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad are in it twice as well. I mean, it's obviously Everton. Yeah, we're not going to win it. We've got a chance of going reasonably far. And it's been a rather quiet deadline. Everyone goes a bit mad, don't they? I just don't think it needs to be anything as big as it was. But, well, so the journey continues. The journey continues for us in Europe. It's not over, people. It's not over. Nothing's been drawn. Let's find out when the draw is going to be done. Youth League. Europe Conference League group stage draw. So it's going to be today. Or in this episode. So we'll stick with it. So it might be a bit of a longer episode, even though we've only played one game. But I can't believe that. We played so well. I'm going to have a big play around with tactics. And when we come back for the first game of the Europa Conference League, we will... what? Oh, well, I offered you out on loan to all of our youth affiliates, and you said no, so it's your own fault. We have Maribor, one of 8 teams that have been seeded second. So we're not even the worst team going into it. So now it's corrected itself. There's only Monaco once. Are Everton in it? No. So it must have been all of the... them or them or them or them, because we looked early. So right, let's do the automatic draw. Oh, in fact, we can do all the first teams can come out because we are a second ranked team. So I mean, ideally maybe Basel out of that. Basel or Genk is probably the easiest out of those. Maybe Qarabag, but they have got quite a lot of money. So automatic draw then. We are coming out in this time. So Spartak Moscow are playing Steaua Bucharest, Sheriff Tiraspol against AZ, Rangers against Genk, Partizan against Basel. We've got Qarabag, which isn't too bad. We avoid Monaco, who get Cluj. We avoid Feyenoord, who get Zoya, and we avoid Sociedad, who get Michelin. So Fenerbahce are in Group A, Belenese are in Group B, Sturm Graz in Group C, Nordsjælland in with them. Who do we get? We get Hibs from Scotland. Very interesting. Vitória de Guimarães, Jablanek, and Sarajevo come out, and then the final team in the group. So Lechia Gdansk, Havan Batelfugel, Hamabi, Junker Streda. I think all of these. I wanted Jagoudens. I was about to say I'll take Jagoudens because I love Jagoudens from CMO 102. Lots of Polish teams in Europe doing well. But yeah, very interesting. So Hibs will be a tough game going to Scotland. Jurgens have always got a good young team and could be always tough to face. I mean, 26 years old key player, 1.4 million. Their hot prospect, Kenan Nielek, we know nothing about. But yeah, very interesting. And Hibs as well will be up against Hibs. Key player Ryan Porteous, Porteous. Scottish, 5.5 million. Josh O'Connor is their hot prospect at 17 years old up front. But very, very interesting. The European journey doesn't end there. Right, let's just move forward one game and it'll put the fixtures into the schedule. So, it should be good. So fixture rearrangements, which means they'll all be in here. So we're not going to be too far away. We'll come back for the game against Jigaudan and Olimpia Ljubljana. So it's not going to be a quick fly-through season. There is going to be European football for Maribor this year, and that is cracking. Thank you so much for watching. Come back when we take on Jigaudan's. Are we in Sweden? No, it's at home in the first game. Jigaudan's then Olimpia Ljubljana with some crazy-ass tactic that I've probably come up with by then. Thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff.